truth. And here's how I will lay it out to you. I think we need to stop thinking in boxes and think outside of our boxes and not be so partisan. This book, Independent, it's about looking outside of boxes, not just always being in a partisan stance.
You were not the White House press secretary when you showed up on ABC's The View a couple of months ago. You were an American citizen who was not working in the White House. So what the book's going to tell us? The book's going to tell us more about the Democrats. The book is the book going to be an extension of Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson's book, Original Sin? Yet another Democrat coming out and telling us about stuff that a whole bunch of stuff on the right was telling us, but y'all swore we shouldn't listen to while y'all were engaging in cancel culture, while y'all were engaging in excoriating anybody that called the Democratic Party out for what the hell was going on.
If this was so important to Karine Jean-Pierre, why didn't it come out years ago, or even months ago? This is a lady who sat here day in and day out, sat there at the podium and lied to the American people. Instead of analysis coming out just for a book deal, it's a terrible.
I'm having a really tough time with it, to be candid with you. I think that there's something called loyalty, and that you should not go out and kiss and tell and kind of poo-poo your colleagues and poo-poo your Democratic Party that puts you on this pedestal. If she was so unhappy with what was going on, she could have very easily left. It seems to me like this is all about her own sort of getting something in return for the years that she put into the White House. And I fundamentally, I'm kind of not okay with it.
I think what bothers me about this is the fact that it seems like she was in the White House for her own personal gain and not to service the American people.
I agree with you.
And what I will say is that it's bigger than that for the Democratic Party. She was a senior person, and there was very credible questions about what the president was doing behind the scenes and in what condition he was, and she was out there selling that.
Karine just helped hide Biden's decline over the years. And one thing that's even more worse about it is that all along this whole entire administration, they lied to the American people day in and day out. Nonstop, you had Pete Ducey up there, like trying to bring truth to the power and say what was going on. And just Karine, she just dismissed it.
I have a different view. I'd like to congratulate Democrats for ridding yourselves of this untalented mediocrity. I mean, this is the most self-aggrandizing liar that has ever held this job. The White House press secretary is a sacred position, and she stood up there for years and lied through her teeth to the American people. She is the literal worst White House press secretary in my lifetime. And what she did in the last year and a half of the Biden administration, cheap fakes, the entire cover-up around the president's mental faculties, she was in the center of it.